Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri Alien Crossfire, playing as the Spartans, and we have discovered our first enemies. The Tau Collective is the city that we're looking at here, and we are a warlike people, so we are immediately going to try and attack them. So the first thing that I want to start off with is having a look at our units, because there's a specific build of units that I want to use for this attack. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we're going to try it out. Basically, I want to have some artillery units, probably 2, to bomb the city. Then we're going to have a bunch of very cheap soldiers to just throw at any units that they've got, but they're going to have, big weapons. And then we need some crack troops to actually hit into the city. And probably some of those rovers as well to deal with any other enemies that we might come across. So we're going to go into our unit designer thing here, and we're going to... In fact, what we need to do first, I think, is just... if we just bring that menu up again, I don't know why I closed it. We've got down here all of our troops. This apparently is obsolete, and that's because it doesn't have the shielding. So yes, that can be obsolete. We're going to build up all of the different types of units that we are going to build every time. I don't think we really want just a scout patrol, because they're very weak. 1 attack, 1 defense, 1 movement. You've got all of these things here as well, which I guess this is talking about weaponry, armor, C and R. I'm not sure what they mean, but anyway. We've also got this probe team as well, which is interesting. And unfortunately, the big problem that we're going to come up across is that we need to transport all of these people across the sea. And unlike in Civilization 5, where they made the brilliant decision of saying that units can just move across the sea once you've got the technology for it, in this, we've got to build transport ships, put all of our people in transport ships, and each one only carries 2. So if we think theoretically about it, we've got 2 artillery that we're going to take. We're going to take probably 3 basic units, maybe 2 rovers, and then 2 hard-hitting units. So that is 2 artillery, 3 basic, 2 rovers, 2 crack units. That's 9 units. Maybe we'll make that 8, but either way, we've still got to build at least 4 transport vessels, which is a fucking pain in the ass, but we've got to deal with it, I suppose. So let's start off with our speeders that we want to be using all the time, and I think that I want to have a little bit of a research into whether lasers and particle impactors have different kind of attacks, because there's a possibility that particle impactors maybe they're not, even though they do this 4 damage apparently, maybe then they're not designed to take out other units in the way that lasers are. So we are going to, we'll just cancel all this. We're going to go into the data links and look up weapons and modules, and we're going to look at the difference between the 2. So first of all, we've got the laser cannon, which is just firepower 2, and then the particle impactor. And it seems that there's no special abilities associated with them, so it's just that the particle impactor is more efficient. So that's exactly what we're going to have. So we're going to go to our scout rover. We want to give it a particle impactor, and we also want to give it the shielding. And it's going to cost 66 to prototype it. It's got an exclamation mark there for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why that is. And this is where we'll get the bombardment ability and the hypnotic trance and all that sort of thing. We're going to build a unit specifically designed to take out all of the mine worms. So we won't worry about either of those special abilities at the moment. So this is the main unit we want. Why it's got a problem here is that because we don't have the money to deal with it at the moment. Potentially, I guess. So let's upgrade to which design? Laser squad, impact squad. I'm not quite sure what I've done there, to be honest. This impact thing, can we upgrade that more? No upgrades possible since we have no prototype. Oh, I think what that's doing is actually upgrading units that are on the ground already. So let's just go back to this, and we want to design something from new. So speeder, particle impactor, synth metal armor. That's it. That's our main heavy vehicle. So we want to apply that. Click done. Probably didn't want to click done. Next, we want our... I think we're going to have... Well, how much do these cost? They're 22 each. We're not going to give them any shielding. So that's fine for our like cheap units. And then we want our really heavy units, which are going to have particle impactors and armor. Done. And then the last thing that we want is to have our artillery units. So we're going to give that heavy bombardment, which gives us +2 defense but -2 speed. Okay, great. And that's got the heavy armor as well. Now I think that's all we need, apart from the final thing, which is our units that are going to go and take out all of the mind worms everywhere. So we're going to give them hypnotic trance, like that. We will give them shielding, I guess, and I'm not sure about whether we need lasers or hand weapons. I'm going to try it with hand weapons, see how that goes. Okay. And now we're going to see our colony pod explode, which is really, really frustrating. Apparently we can't move our troop there. And we're just going to keep exploring as well. There's one more monolith to have a look at, so we'll just investigate that. And that's silent as well. So I don't think that this manifold nexus actually does anything if you work it or anything like that, but the fact that it has these 6 monoliths around it, I suppose, is the reason why it's good to find it. And we've got this crater and the uranium flats, landing bay, all these like specific sites as well. We still need to move this troop a little bit, and it's very frustrating that we lost our colony pod. So what we're going to do is move this troop over to here to try and deal with things. Command center, yes, fine. Turn complete. Okay, now we still have this former. There's no point in really working on anything. Oh no, actually, we may as well, because we're about to grow next turn. So we need to think about where this city's going to grow to. And I think probably we just want to build another farm next to the coast here. So we'll move that there. We've got another mine worm to deal with. Fantastic. Got rid of that. Oh, there's another one. Good lord. Well, we can make 2 attacks in a turn. That's interesting. Aha! We found somebody else. I have Lady Deirdre of the Gaians on Channel 5. Should I put her through? Yes. Let's talk to her. Ah, the vigilant Colonel Santiago. I've heard many tales of your exploits. As to myself, I remain Lady Deirdre of the Gaians. My intention is to guard, understand, and preserve planet's natural life. You may be interested to know that I've been in touch with our former colleague Svensgaard, who lately has been styling himself captain of the pirates. Svensgaard has become quite obsessed with his aquatic ambition, but I have had several fruitful conversations with him. If you like, I can provide you with his comlink frequency in exchange for a mere 80 credits. No, I don't think we really want to do that, because we are sure to discover him anyway, especially if he's roaming around the sea. He will probably make his way towards us. I believe your data on planetary networks could have important implications for my environmental initiatives. I propose that you exchange this knowledge for my own files on ethical calculus. Interested? We looked at ethical calculus before, and for a start it's got the word ethical in it, and that is not in our remit really, so No, we don't really want that. I must caution you that my engineers have completed an advanced synth metal Sentinels prototype. The first units are entering service now, rendering my forces practically invincible. Yes, bullshit. Information on applied physics could prove quite useful to my environmental initiatives. Can you transmit it to me as a personal favour? No. I sense you are a friend of planet, Colonel Santiago. Suggest we sign a treaty of friendship that our peoples may live side by side in peace. I think because we're not going to attack this person immediately, we may as well do that. Splendid. My environmental initiatives and your military preparations complement one another nicely. The Gaians and the Spartans have much to gain from this friendship. We shall commence trade and commerce at once. Excellent. Now, our new treaty with the Gaians opens the door for trade and commerce. If that faction is a human faction, each of our bases, if it is large enough, may now begin receiving bonus energy generated by trade. We can increase our commerce bonus by signing more treaties and with other human factions, by making pacts with other human factions, and by researching more economic and industrial technologies. Treaties and pacts with progenitor factions have no effect on commerce. Excellent. So, I believe we are finished here. We're just going to go to our main city and see if we can see something about trade. In fact, we're unlikely to find anything there because I'm sure that we're going to need a coastal city to be able to trade. And is there any indication here of any trade? It doesn't seem like it. Now, also what we're going to do, we're just going to have a look at our economy and lab setup here at the moment. Before we do that, we will first of all have a look at our energy banks, which tells us how much energy we have in reserve. It's 175. We are getting +0 per year from Sparta Command, +0 from Ironhome, and +0 from Bunker. So, I think what we need to do, yeah, we're getting 0, 0, 0. What we need to do is just increase our economy by 10% so that we get a little bit more money just over the edge so that we can hurry up any buildings that we need to. And we'll also have a look at these two as well, see if they'll benefit us in any way. Fundamentalist will give us +1 morale, +2 probe, but -2 research. Now, I like the sound of the +2 morale because it means that our troops are going to have +4 morale. And therefore, +4 on defense, which seems pretty damn good. However, the research is going to suffer by 2. So basically, oh look, we're getting +3 on defense. We're getting +2 on probe teams, morale, doubles cost of enemy probe team actions. That could be really useful, especially as we know that our main enemy is going to be trying to probe our cities. Which, you know, she's not going to be able to do that until she travels across the sea. But it will happen at some point, and I believe that faction gets these really annoying abilities based on probing cities. So having that will be good. However, the -2 research means that we're going to be 20% slower on our research. Is that a bad thing? It is, but we are putting 60% in here, so I don't know. I think we'll go for it because we're being very warlike. This +3 on defense is going to be really, really useful. Then we have planned economics as well, which will increase our growth industry, but we'll have less efficiency. So if we just click on this to see how it's going to affect us, we're going to go down to appalling inefficiency, which I don't like the look of, but 20% growth rate. A growth rate isn't atrocious at the moment, so I think that we're going to stick with simple economics. So we're going to go for this. Such a drastic change in our society will cost us 8 energy credits to effect. We have 175 credits available. 8 credits really doesn't bother me too much. Great. So, Everything seems to be going well. Why this is building an impact squad, I don't quite know. I don't think I really want that. What I want instead is to try and maximize the amount of food that we're getting from this place. So we're going to replace this probably with recycling tanks, because that will give us bonus resources. Also, we could go for aqua farm at some point, which will... I don't think we really need it right now, but recycling tanks would be good. We get ourselves an extra 1 food each, and you know, this is growing relatively quickly anyway, this city. I think that this is the one that's going to grow the most out of all the ones that we've got. So, relatively satisfied with what's going on here. This is Silverbird Park, so that's the Gaians that we discovered. Yeah. I feel a little bit like I don't have everything under control, because I'm sort of making this up as I go along to some extent, but I'm relatively happy with what's going on. Now, it's decided... well, I mean, we're going to switch that... oh, actually, no, we don't want to do that because we're not getting any energy from that. So we do want to send our former over to... so that's just 2 down from that one. So that should be there that we want to send our former to. And I believe that we have now, in fact, discovered everything that this island has to offer. So I'm going to send this speeder down to here to worry about these mine worms that we've got going on here. And this is where we want to build another city. Excellent. This guy is moving, I believe, yes. I think we automated him. Now, what have we got here? UNS Unity Wreckage. Okay. I don't think that it really specifically does anything. It's just pointing out that there is some wreckage there. So, recycling tank is going to be finished in 1 turn. 9 turns over here. And the command center is going to be finished in 1 turn here. So, I like this base. It's growing at a relatively good rate. Prime function Aki Zeta 5 of the Consciousness has authorized a secret project codenamed the Human Genome. I don't think she's going to finish that before the other people. Oh, we just managed to...
It is every citizen's final duty to go
Spartan
into the
command
tanks and to
builds
become
recycling
one
tanks.
with all the people. Chairman Shen Jiyang.
Right, okay, so Sparta Command, I think we need to build that colony pod again. Very annoying, but what you can do about it. And the command center is built. So, do we want to start building our units? Potentially. Let's just have a look at recycling tanks. So that increases nutrient, minerals, and energy output of the base square. So it's just the square in the middle. That would speed up production, definitely. So let's go with that. I'd like to get recycling tanks in every single city first before we do anything else. I'm just going to go to the menu because I'm sure I turned off voice. But we're still getting it from every time we research something or something like that. We're getting that annoying voice, which is kind of putting me off of speaking, to be honest. Okay, and we want to be moving this unit around. I imagine that there is another city, which might be in this direction, maybe. Because I doubt very much that they just have 1 base. Okay, she would like to speak to us again. Okay, greetings to you, Colonel Santiago. You have always the most... and there goes my phone, so hold on a second. Yes, turning off my phone would be a good thing to do before recording, but never mind. Okay, so we're just going to talk to the consciousness again. Your forces have been spotted suspiciously close to Tau Collective. do not further test my patience. So she's very unhappy with my army wandering around. So I am just going to move away a little bit, and I think that we will end there for now. Before I do that, I'd like to just set these troops to heal a little bit, and I think that'll do. So thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks for watching.